The other half of Summer Nights, Mr. John Travolta. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And welcome to Countdown and everything else. Look, last week we had, of course, the whole Xanadu thing and all the dance contests and that. And about 2 years ago, we had a big Saturday Night Fever dance contest. And what did you... I said it the other night, you started a whole craze of people going back into discos and dancing that. Did you realise that would happen when you were actually making the movie?
That's interesting because when we started that movie, disco was sort of in the States on its way out.
Right.
It had been ever present for 6 years or 7 years, and even the clothing I used in Fever had been 4 and 5 years old from the kids that I went to school with and stuff. You know, the jackets and the stuff, and it was surprising to everyone that we thought it would be regarded as a film and something, you know, new, but actually the impact of that, the resurgence of that, I looked at it as a resurgence, not really an origination.
Well, I mean, it was just astounding when, like, it just not. I mean, in this country, it brought people right back into the dances, into the dance halls as discos, and you had all these John Travolta lookalikes and the whole thing like that. It was just incredible. Listen, tonight, because that was one of the first sort of really rock musicals we had, and there's been a spate of them since then. Of course, you started another one with Grease, and of course, your big film now is Urban Cowboy, which you're back on the dance floor with. Did you start learning dancing at a small age, or did you have to learn to dance to make the films?
More the second. I always liked dance, and I always, as an actor in New York City, you must sing and dance in order to get more work.
Right.
See, because if you just act, your chances are less for working. So, most actors from the States do sing and dance. You just don't know it.
Well,
and I had the opportunity to exploit that area of my ability, but
from New York to suddenly become a cowboy is a pretty sort of major difference, but you're still dancing. Was it an exciting film to make, Urban Cowboy, with all those sequences of there's some incredible dance sequences in that?
Well, the film was a departure for me, so it was exciting as an artist to do that. I was more familiar with the genre of New York City and in that part of the United States, so to go to Texas was something fun and new for me. Yes. Yeah.
The critics have always been sort of strange about sort of like musicals and that, and they've done a re-review on a lot of ones, but Urban Cowboy is one that sort of has luckily got away and everyone's liked that one, whereas they've been canning many other movies. Is it a really grueling business to sort of have to wait for the critics to make up their minds? I mean, is it?
Well, I think with Fever and Grease, you've learned that the people make up their minds, you know, what they liked. You know,
they certainly did
because what happened with Fever, which is interesting, is at first it got sort of mixed reviews, and then critics started doing re-reviews.
Time did a re-review, didn't they?
Another look at such and such.
Right.
And you know, like they had missed something, perhaps. Or, you know.
Had you, when you were sort of learning to become an actor in that? I suppose the American male wants to star in a cowboy film one time in his career.
I think that's always...
Was that your ambition at one stage, to be a cowboy in one film?
Well, I think every actor goes through the gangster character, the cowboy character, the sophisticated character, whatever. I mean, there is a tendency to define a character that you would like to play.
Right.
So, yes.
Now, what about your new dancing partner? You've had some beauties, like with Olivia, and now you've got another in this film, and it's in a great sequence, this one as well, where you have to ride a mechanical bull.
Oh, yeah.
How long did that take?
About a month.
Did it?
Yes. To do it well.
Right.
I mean, you could get up there and sort of hurt yourself and fall off, but to do it well and stay on, it was about a month.
Okay, can we have a look at that clip now?
Sure.
Okay, here's John riding the mechanical bull. Okay, that was John on the mechanical bull. You say it took a month. I mean, how do you keep so fit all the time? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, I don't.
You don't?
In between films, I get sort of lazy.
Yeah.
But I look more forward to a character that has physical activity
Right.
than I do if he doesn't. But when I know I have to do a character that has something like the bull or Fever the Dancing and whatever, I start a few months prior to the film and get in really good shape for it. But it's fun for me too. I mean, it's as entertaining. And
well, if it's not rude, what are you going to put yourself through next?
oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
Think about it.
I mean, you're going on the most grueling promotional trip. You go from where, to London next?
Yes, London, Paris, Madrid, Munich, and Rome.
And then home?
Yes.
Wow. You're one of the nicest guys she knew. And it's hard in 1 week to have someone like Olivia that you've known for a long time and who's a star in her own right, and to have someone like you the following week, and sort of, you know, because I think you're fantastic. Ever since the television days and watching you and then seeing Saturday Night Fever, you won me. And in Greece, the way you handled and looked after Olivia in that is just too much. Urban Cowboy, not only does the album deserve to be #1, it's a #1 film. And I think you're great.
Thank you.
And I think if all those people out there that want to be actors and actresses, if you can be as nice as John and Olivia and make it to the top like that, then I think that's what it's all about. It's good night, Australia. Good night, John. And what it's all about is...